Check out these payments. I make a lot of videos about making money online, but this is one of the best opportunities I've ever found. Today I'm going to show you the newest strategies when it comes to Facebook Marketplace dropshipping. And the best part about this is that you could do this as a complete beginner with almost no money, as long as you have a laptop and an internet connection. But if you want this to really work, you really need to watch this entire video because there are a few steps involved here. And if you miss even one of them, this whole system is not going to work for you. But stick around, you will see exactly how this system works and how my students are getting results just like this. So today I'm going to show you how to dropship onto Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you're not familiar with dropshipping at all, it's probably the simplest business I have ever found that allows you to sell physical products online, and it's very beginner friendly. And that's because you don't hold any inventory as a dropshipper. Instead, what you're going to do is you're going to list up items for sale online. Now, these are items that you don't even own. These are items you haven't even paid for up front, but you're still going to list them up for sale. What will happen next is you're going to have a buyer that comes here, and she's going to go ahead and purchase that item from you. Let's say she pays $100 for that item, and that goes to you as a seller. Only at that point do you then purchase the item from your supplier. Now, when you do that, you're not going to pay the full $100. You're going to pay less than that, let's say $60 in this example. That way you actually make a profit on this item. And like I said, you're going to buy it from your supplier. Now, when you purchase it, you're not going to say to the supplier, hey, ship this to me. You're going to say, hey, no, don't ship this to me. Ship it directly to my buyer. That way, the supplier sends it to the buyer, and you never touch or handle the package or the inventory at all, which means that you can do this from home or really anywhere in the world, and you don't have to pay for any items until someone has already purchased it from you. You don't need a warehouse to store inventory because you don't have any, and you never have to worry about shipping labels or packaging up items or anything like that. It's a very hands-off business model that's scalable and pretty simple for beginners who are looking to get into e-commerce. Now, you may have heard of dropshipping on websites like Shopify before, but you can also dropship onto Facebook Marketplace. And if you're not familiar with Facebook Marketplace, here it is right here. And you may not know this, but if you have a Facebook account, you actually have access to Facebook Marketplace already. It's included. You just log into Facebook and click on the Marketplace icon, and you're here. You're able to start buying stuff and selling stuff right away. And you can see here, there is such a huge variety of different items for sale here. So for instance, we have a desk and bookshelf. We have this couch here. We have some tool chests, beds. We have a whole storage container, a floating mat. There's just so many different items, so many variety of items here for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And in the past, this was a lot more like Craigslist than anything else. What I mean is, you'd basically see people selling their old stuff on here that they no longer wanted. And in order to buy it, you'd have to message them and then physically meet up with them somewhere in person. I would hand them cash and then they would hand me whatever it was that they were selling. And that's all well and good, but it obviously doesn't work if we want to do drop shipping, which again is completely hands-off. Luckily, over the years, Facebook Marketplace has changed quite a bit and it's gotten a lot better. First of all, you can certainly sell new items on here, but you can also ship items to your customers as well. So for instance, this item right here, it has this big blue button down here that says Buy Now. If I were to click this Buy Now button, I would actually make a payment here on Facebook. I would enter in my shipping details, and then this seller would actually ship the item directly to me. And this shipping option right here, this unlocks the possibility of drop shipping on Facebook Marketplace. Like, we can list up items for sale and say we're going to ship the items to you if you buy it. Then when a customer does buy it, we'll just order it from a supplier who will then ship it directly to the customer, completely hands-off for us. The question now, though, is what supplier should you be using? Well, believe it or not, if you're trying to keep this as simple as possible, which I encourage you to do, you should just dropship from other retail websites like Walmart or Amazon.com. You don't need permission to start buying stuff from those websites, which means you don't need permission to start dropshipping from those websites either. And the sites are really easy to use. What this looks like in a nutshell is we're going to be finding stuff on Walmart and we're going to list it for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Now, once it sells, all we do is buy it from Walmart, but instead of entering in our shipping address, we use the shipping address for the buyer who purchased it from us on Facebook Marketplace. That way, Walmart will send it directly to our customers instead. It's pretty simple. Now, you may be asking yourself, if anyone can shop on Walmart, why would they buy the exact same item from me on Facebook Marketplace, but for more money? And what this really comes down to is convenience and numbers. There are billions of people who use Facebook every day. And like I said, all of them have access to Facebook Marketplace. Now, many of those people will shop around and compare the price of what they found on Facebook to see if they can find it cheaper somewhere else. But there are enough people who don't shop around, who just purchase the item directly from Facebook because it's easy and because it's convenient. Even if that's a small percentage of Facebook users, because Facebook is so big, it's still a lot of people. And as we've seen, it's more than enough people for this to work. For example, check this out. Check out this item I found on Facebook Marketplace. It's this white bookshelf. Take a look at the photos that are here for it. And let's also look at the description as well. It says Mainstays A-Cube bookcase available in sleek espresso and white finish, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I could buy this item right now by clicking down here at the bottom where it says buy now and again, going through the checkout process. But if I were to purchase it, all this buyer is going to do, all the seller is going to do is come over here to Walmart to the exact same item and purchase it from here. Look at the photos, they are exactly the same. And look at the description as well. It is exactly the same. The only difference is that it's cheaper here on Walmart than it is on Facebook Marketplace. So all the seller has to do is click add to cart and then go through the checkout process. But when it asks for the shipping address, the seller is just going to enter in my shipping address. That way the item comes directly to me. Now, if you want to do this for yourself, I'm going to show you in a moment everything that you need. But real quick, if you've gotten any value out of this video so far, please give it a thumbs up and please make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. I make really in-depth tutorials like this all the time and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. All right, to set this up yourself, the first thing you're going to need is a Facebook Marketplace account. But like we've already discussed, you already have one if you have a Facebook account. It's free, it's included. So you shouldn't set up a second Facebook account just to do Facebook Marketplace. The first reason for that is because Facebook only allows you technically to have one Facebook account. If you set up a second one, you would technically be breaking their terms of service. More importantly, perhaps, is that new accounts on Facebook oftentimes do not have that shipping option enabled. So it's really to your advantage to actually use an older Facebook account. Now, I get the fear here. Many of you don't want your friends and family to see that you're selling all these strange items on Facebook Marketplace. So luckily, when you list an item for sale on Facebook Marketplace, you can actually hide it from your friends and family. So they'll never know what you're up to, that you're doing this dropshipping thing. But before we even get to that point, you need to first figure out what items you're going to be selling. So to do this, you need to do something that I call product research. This means we're going to find products that are already popular and selling well. Then we're going to go ahead and sell those exact same products ourselves. The reason we do this is because you need to realize that it's hard to predict what people want to buy, but it's pretty easy to see what they're already buying. So that's what we're going to go after. We're going to find the items they're already buying, and we're going to sell the same stuff. As strange as it sounds, I actually start product research here on eBay and not on Facebook. And that's because eBay gives us a lot of data and insights into what items are selling well. Facebook, on the other hand, doesn't really give us that information. What we've found, though, is that if an item is popular on eBay, there's a really good chance it's going to do well on Facebook Marketplace as well. Let me show you how this works, and I'll show you some examples of how we do product research. So I always start actually by going over to whatever supplier I'm trying to use. So in this case, it's Walmart. And we're just going to navigate to a random department here, a random category. So I'll come into, I like home furniture and garden, but it doesn't really matter. We'll come to bathroom accessories. I haven't really tried this one out. And what I'm looking for are some popular items. So we're looking for the ones that say like bestseller on them. So, and they have a bunch of reviews because that's just going to increase the chances that someone is drop shipping them. So this is a good one right here. It's a bestseller and it has 800 reviews. Now, this is not necessarily an item I'm going to sell. I'm probably not going to sell this, but we're going to use this to find people who are already drop shipping on eBay. And we do that by copying the title. You don't even need the whole thing, you just need a bunch of it. And then we'll come over to eBay and I'm going to search for that title. And let's see if we can find a match here. Like this is what it looks like. And you see, here's someone selling it right here. Here's someone else selling it right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start opening up these sellers right here, or these listings, I should say. So let's open up that one. I'm just opening them in new tabs to do a bunch real quick. And what I'm looking for is, I'm not even looking at the product, I'm really looking at the seller and seeing, hey, are these sellers, do they have a lot of feedback? Because if they have a lot of feedback, that means they've sold a lot of items. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for sellers who are drop shipping who have sold a lot of items. So coming over here, you can see on the right, it tells you information about the seller. So this seller has 235 feedback. That's great. That's a lot of feedback. So that's someone I'm interested in. But someone like this one has 0 feedback. So not interested in this seller. This one has a lot. This one has over 1,000. So this is good. And this one has 0. So not interested in that. So we found 2. We could keep going and find more, but 2 is enough for now. So let's look at the one with more feedback here. I'll now click on the seller's name. And that will show me all the items they have for sale. And I'm going to scroll down to where it says see all. And that will completely change the layout, but that's okay. This is actually what we want, because we want this page right here where it shows all the items and we can open them up one by one to see how much these items have sold. So this one right here, if we open up this one, we can see that this one has sold 3 times. That's excellent. We know this item has sold 3 times. So we can find this item ourselves. That's probably on Walmart, and drop ship it ourselves because we know it's something that people are already buying. Coming down here, we see this thing has sold 6 times. It tells you that right here. On this page, it will sometimes tell you if the item has sold and how many times. Other times it'll say like this is the last one. Other times it will tell you nothing. So you really do have to open all of these up one by one to see if they're an item that has sold. Like this one has sold 11 times. So this is probably one I would drop ship myself because it's doing well. And we know that this person's drop shipping from Walmart onto eBay in this case because we identified them with that initial product. And again, if it's selling well here on eBay, there's a really good chance it will sell well on Facebook Marketplace as well. So you just have to go through all of these that the seller is selling and check all of them to see how much they've sold. Now, there's a way to do this a lot faster, and that's by using a tool called Zeek Analytics. This is a product research tool. So let me show you how we use this to kind of automate and streamline this process so it goes even faster. So I'll click on the left where it says product research, and I will again paste in that same title that we use to search on eBay. And I'll click enter so it starts searching. And what it's doing is it's just looking on eBay for people that are selling this. So right here, we see that here's that same item right here. And right here, it tells you who sold it. So this is a seller right here. This is one of the ones we found before. But this time, if I click on scan seller, it will actually do all that manual work that we did before and sort it for us. So again, we know this person is drop shipping because we found an item on Walmart and searched for it, but also because Zeek Analytics is telling you, so this is the item we found right here, it tells you right here, this is a drop shipper. So they're able to identify it as well as a drop shipper to just kind of verify it for you. Anyway, coming back to the results for this seller, we could see that, hey, there's this air fryer here. It's $105 and it sold 15 times in the past month. That's a winning product right there. That is a fantastic product that you could drop ship yourself. You could just look this product up, find it, and sell it on Facebook Marketplace, and it'll probably sell just as well there. We also have this that sold 35 times in total, 12 times in the past month, and a bunch of other items that have sold multiple times in the past month. So tons of products here, tons of different options to dropship onto Facebook. Now, once you have an item, you can then list it up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And to help us do that really quickly, I'm going to use a Chrome extension called the Dropshipping Titans Marketplace Helper. So for instance, if you want this air fryer right here, I'm going to click on it. This will open up the listing on eBay. And I'll come down to the description, and I'm just actually going to copy the description and search for it on Google. So we found it's being sold in 2 places. One's on Amazon, one's on Wayfair. I was kind of hoping for a Walmart one, but Amazon works as well. So there it is on Amazon. And the price doesn't matter to me because we're not selling it on the same marketplace. We're not selling it on eBay in this case. We're going to be selling it somewhere new on Facebook Marketplace. So here it is right here. This is the one I want to list up for sale myself. So like I said, we have a Chrome extension right here. And this Chrome extension will list the item for us. All you have to put in here is, hey, by how much do you want to increase the price of this? So for this example, I'll do 50% increase in price. Everything else would be automatic. And the Chrome extension adds this drop down right here. So I'll click copy to new Facebook tab. It's opening up that tab. And completely hands off, it's doing the rest of the work for me. You can see it's bringing over the title, it's bringing over the description, and it's increasing the price of the item as well. So in this case, we have a bit too many photos, but that's okay. We'll just delete the ones that we don't want. There we go, we're all good. We can choose whatever main image we want to be the top one. I like that one right there. And then everything else here is good. The only thing you would want to change now is the title. So this is where you can really make your listing stand out on Facebook Marketplace, because the title that's given to you by the supplier, you often want to change it. You want to make it better, and that's called title optimization. That's a little bit outside the scope of this video, but it is something you want to keep in mind. Now, obviously, there's a lot more that goes into starting a successful Facebook Marketplace dropshipping business, but I wanted to give you an overview of the whole process for this video. If you're looking for a more step-by-step guide that walks you through the entire process and everything that you need, I do have a course that teaches you how to build a successful Facebook Marketplace dropshipping business. And actually, it's the same course that all of these students took as well. So if you want to check it out for yourself, I'll leave a link for it in the description down below, or you can just go to dstitans.com/joinup. And if for some reason you don't like it, that's okay. It does come with a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. All right, thanks for checking out the video. If you watched this far and you're looking for something else to watch here on YouTube, check out this video right here, and I'll see you there in just 1 second.